Oh, so are there going to be questions? Is there a moderator? Or are we just moderating ourselves? Where?
How's it going?
Oh, hey! Oh, hello! Kia ora!
Hi Lesley Ann and Inbar. Thanks for coming. So on the show, you guys do bounty hunter missions together, and then Maze does the one with Dan, which was fun. Is there anyone else in the cast you would like to have like a bounty hunting mission with? And who do you think would be like your best partner in those missions?
Wow.
I feel like Ella would be hilarious, because she'd be like, oh no, don't hurt him!
Yeah, I would just drug her and like make her get into it. I always really wanted to have more scenes with Lauren.
Yeah.
Just because I am obsessed with her and we love her so much. I mean, she's a detective, so I don't know how she would do in bounty hunt. Probably great.
She'd be great.
Yeah.
She kind of does it, except like with the rules.
Yeah.
We break the rules.
Right, we'll drug her as well.
Yeah. Everybody's being drugged, and then we're catching some bad guys. But maybe doing shots too.
Yeah, of course. That did not answer any of his questions.
Hello.
Is there any personal lessons you take from your acting roles, and if so, what are they?
Absolutely, and that is a great question. Thank you. I think
Is there any personal lessons you take from your acting roles, and if so, what are they?
Absolutely, and that is a great question. Thank you. I think he's a good boy. I don't need to be around there to protect him all the time, and I think sometimes like I'm such an empath with things, and I feel so passionately about, children get me, older people get me. I was raised to sort of feel, and it's sometimes I found myself like just taking on battles that like is so draining for me. So it's just recognizing that like, yeah, there are times where you have to have the gloves on, but it's cool to like sit back and reserve those moments for, or reserve those fights for the issues and the people, like when you truly need to, but you don't have to be like gloves on all the time. Yeah.
Thank you so much. You guys are both great.
Thank you. Thanks.
This question is for both of you. If a Lucifer movie were to happen, where in the timeline would you like to see the story take place, and what would you like to see your characters doing during it?
That's hilarious. I just had that in my mind. I was like, well, if it happens, can we do it soon? Like, no, my hips, like, are shot. Like, maze and crunches.
I'll carry you.
Yeah, I'd totally be down for that. How and when? I mean, I loved, obviously, how we ended Mace's journey, so I would be interested to see like what happens. What is a relationship between a demon and the first woman look like? What is that? Yeah, I don't know. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, I would absolutely love to do it. Shooting the show was one of the greatest joys of my life, so I would love to go back into it. That's a great question. I was always really curious about, what took place up in heaven or down in hell. I feel like we've seen so much of what goes on Earth that I would be curious to see those spots and maybe see a little more of the backstory of Eve. I think that would be really cool, but also I would be very curious to see what happened after we ended the show. So All of it.
Like when we go back to your hometown in heaven.
Right. Exactly.
Meet the family.
Yeah, meet the friend. You know, just get cozy up in there. But I think we need like a trilogy to really explore.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name's Michelle. I'm very nervous.
Hi, Michelle.
So one of my favorite things about the show that stood out to me is the queer representation in a very unique way. And both of your roles meant a lot to me, so thank you for just portraying that in a really awesome way. So my question is there any scenes or episodes that were memorable for you guys individually or together?
On that note, the sort of masculine coming out episode with Linda, I think, you know, what was very special, and what continues to be very special to me is that so many of our queer audience would share with me what that meant to them, because it's sort of the same conversation they would have with family members or friends or people in their lives where, you know, a demon saying, you know, I'm still me, you know, like what's changed. And I think in that moment, while it was always very important for me to include that as part of Nazi's story, I think after that episode, it really cemented for me like, wow, I do have a responsibility here to, as an ally and someone who has not had that experience but who portrays a character that has, to really do so with care. And I think in relationship to Eve, I didn't want to have, you know, I was very clear with the writer, with our showrunners, and we had this wonderful collaboration. And I was like, I don't want to fetishize two women, you know, in the way that society does. I want it to be a real love story. And I think that's the cool thing about Maze is that you see them get it right, get it wrong, make up, break up, you know, but ultimately realize like, hey, I really do genuinely love you, and like if you want to work on this together, I'm down. So yeah.
Hi, I'm Angela, and this question is for both of you. Speaking of Maze and Eve's relationship, what would you change, or what do you think they could progress, and how do you feel about the relationship?
Okay. How do I feel about the relationship? Awesome. It was, you know what? It was so natural. We didn't have to work too hard. You know, we naturally bonded very quickly and effortlessly, and it felt really comfortable working together, that I think that probably jumped off screen as well. And I think the only thing I wish we had was maybe more screen time. You know, it would have been really nice to just dive a little deeper and explore a little, you know, stretch it out a little more. But I think it also left a good, you know, like a good flavor and a taste for more. And we didn't beat it to the ground. So it still kind of lives freshly in everyone's minds and hearts, hopefully, at least in mine. But yeah, those are the two things.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Renee. I just want to say that you guys are one of the most brilliant, talented, and most beautiful women I've ever seen on TV. My question is, so a lot of times in Netflix series and stuff like that, they might bring in a queer relationship that sometimes can seem a little bit forced to, you know, just target a certain audience. Do you guys feel like that the writers actually really did see this turning into a love story between you two, especially because Mazakine's character is a little bit more masculine, so you can understand from her point but Eve's character is a little bit more feminine. Do you feel like they really did tailor it to your guys' characters?
I think, like me, May's, you know, that sort of toughness, I think I access my masculinity and my femininity all the time. You know, I think to say that as a woman that is sort of, like I said before, I was very careful not to play into any tropes or, you know, fetishize this relationship. I just think that Mazikeen is someone who she possesses both, but maybe presents that way to, you know, but I don't think she sees herself in that way. You know, there's a lot of femininity in her. I wanted the writers to really honor, you know, this audience and this particular relationship. One, because I also know that the actress I was going to be working opposite, like having done scenes with Inbar, like she'll go there with you, you know, and there'll be moments that are tender, there'll be moments that are like fireworks, and when you're, you know, what is like that love look like? And I didn't want to label it, you know, either. So I don't know if that answers your question, but I think within the frame and the time that we had on screen to do what we had to do, because that's the other thing is we didn't get like an amazing episode where we really got to like do a bunch of stuff, but I think in the time that we got to do it, we did honor that. How do you feel?
I actually had an interesting experience with, you know, the love story. When I came in to have my first chat with the creators of the show, they basically, you know, presented the storyline for Eve as much as they could have shared with me. And they mentioned, they were like, and we're thinking of maybe having you. And I'm like, what? Just spit it out. What is it? And they're like, you know, with maybe they'll end up with Maze. And I'm like, okay. And they're like, you've seen Lesley Ann, right? I'll never forget this. They were like so excited. They wanted me to get like hyped up. And I mean, of course I've seen you, you're gorgeous, but that has nothing to, you know what I mean? I haven't met you, I didn't know how you were gonna be to work with. And I remember, you know, being very, you know, very honest. And I said to them, I think that to introduce one storyline where Eve is following a relationship to fulfill herself, to feel complete, and then end the season with a similar story is going to be, you know, harsh. And I thought it was very important to showcase that any person, a man or a woman, they don't have to rely on another person in their lives to feel complete, to feel fulfilled, to feel happy. And no
one's responsible for their happiness.
Yeah, 100%. And so, you know, they gave a little taste at the end of season 4 where there's a spark there, but it was very important for me that we won't get to really see it all the way through until later in the show. And I'm really happy with how that turned out. And I think the journey of finding herself and finding her core without any outside help from another person really paid off. So.
Thank you. That answered my question perfectly.
Hi. My name's Sherry. And I want to say first that you two were such strong, badass women in the show that it was just really inspiring to me to see how strong you were, and also you're strong in real life. And I follow Lesley, and she always has these causes that she stands up for, like love. But my question isn't quite so deep. you have some amazing outfits that you wear in the show. And Lesley Ann, I think I'm wearing the most or the least revealing outfit that you wore in the show.
Oh, the Ellis t-shirt?
It's the from the rave scene in Blue Box.
Yeah. Ellis t-shirt where I'm trying to dress like Ella.
Which was so hard. I was like, fuck, like, felt so weird to me.
So I was just wondering if you had a favorite outfit that you liked on the show to wear for both of you.
Well, I just auctioned one of my faves and I sent it to a fan. And I want to thank anyone who donated to Mana's cause. For those of you who don't know, my friend's little 8-year-old boy is battling brain cancer. And I just rallied the Lucifer fans and gave the outfit that, the very last scene of Lucifer. With the motorbike, I say goodbye and I give him. But I own another one. And it's the red cape with where we fight where Eve's like, I have the full costume at home and every now and then I whip it out for the hubby. Just making dinner. It's yours.
Well, I didn't get to keep any of the big ones. I got to keep a few pieces, which I love, and I don't fit into anymore. But I guess my favorite one was the S&M.
Oh yeah! I'm sure it was everyone else's favorite too.
It was like a corset, leather whip, and everyone hydrates. Yeah, that was a fun one. Yeah, and I had a hat. Woo! I love that. I love that one.
Thank you. Hi there.
Hi, my name is Quincy.
Hi, Quincy.
I'm watching just how much of a badass Mazikeen is and how she doesn't take shit from anybody and how Eve grows into her own. It's really made me confident. Like, I've been told I dress like Mazikeen a little bit. I think I'm much more over the top than Mazikeen.
I don't know, I feel like we vibe together, girl. You know, head to town.
I wish, that'd be so fun. But I was wondering I asked this to Amy earlier, but I want to know what your guys' answers are. What was the worst part of filming? What was like the worst part that you thought that you just hated, if there was anything?
For me, and it's not the show, it was just when I had my son, it was hard. It was really hard, and you know, I went back to work 6 weeks after I had him on camera with these giant boobs that I don't have anymore. And just dealing with hormones and mom guilt and am I doing it right? And because I've been away from him for like 3 weeks and it's been tough. But that was my first experience with it, and really realizing like, wow, for the first time in your career, you're really having to navigate the two worlds, you know. I mean, I remember just like sprinting from the stage to breastfeeding to make it in time, you know, and my boobs were telling me the baby. Get back to the trailer. So that was the worst part of the show, but it had nothing to do with the show.
I'm just gonna like stress this. She's the best fucking mom I've ever seen. Truly, the kid is a giant magic force of nature, and it's all because of everything that you breathe into him day in, day out. You know, you're making your art, you're being a badass provider, woman, fighter. You're a goddess. And you're giving him an example that you can do anything you want, you can change the world, you can leave your mark, and be an amazing family member, and he loves you for it. So like, you know, guilt happens, you know, to everyone. Everyone who has a family, they're fucking guilty. They're guilty of this, they're guilty of this, they're guilty of this. You have to quiet that voice and know that they're good. They want you to be happy.
What did you think?
Okay, so I fucking hated COVID so much. So like a part of one of the best things about shooting a show is the camaraderie, is getting to hang out and like, you know, hang around Crafty and eat together and chat and touch each other, and like, you couldn't do any of that during COVID. We went back into work and we were like one of the first productions to actually get green-lit to go back, and everyone was in a little cocoon.
Like, I had these sticks. Remember the sticks?
Yes!
6 feet apart. 6 feet apart.
It was like we were in a different, like, another universe, and everyone had a little tent that had a zipper, and we had to stay in this little, you know, tent, and we couldn't hang out, and like a part of my favorite part about filming was gone.
And also just acting, it would be like masks on, and then just before they're rolling, like masks off, now act, and it's like, wait, give me a second to just get into it.
Yeah, so that was the worst part for me, but it's, you know, it was still fun to get to work, and we were very lucky to do it.
Thank you. I'm so sorry for making you cry, Lesley.
I miss him.
Soon.
Hello, ladies. So we got to see what Maze was wearing on her wedding night. I'd like to know what each of you.
A snake? Great leaves?
Oh man, not a whole lot,
Thank you.
Thank you for that visual.
Hello, my name's Kendall. My family watched all of Lucifer together, and then my sister recently made us binge the entirety of the Librarians in the Mud. So my question is, other than saying that, is for both of you, what's something that you hope people took away from your characters by the end?
I think one of my favorite things about Eve was, you know, she's like the ultimate empath. She feels so deeply and is very in tune with people's emotions. And I'm very much like that. And I think empathy is a virtue. And so I, hopefully that's something that people will take.
Yes. I hope I did a good job just showing women that you can be loud and you can fight and you can get it wrong and you can open up to those who deserve that part of you or want to invest in that part of you, but that, you know, vulnerability is strength, but sometimes people just need to be told to shut the fuck up. you can dress the way you want to, Quincy, and you can, you know, just be yourself and be unapologetically that, and you will attract your tribe.
Hello, my name is Danny. But my question is for Lesley Ann. I read that you did a lot of your own stunts on the show. I was wondering which one was the hardest to do.
Probably that night with you, I had like 104-degree fever, remember? And we were working until like 6 a.m. or something.
It's freezing.
And it was freezing, but I was burning up. And I don't know that I had COVID. I think it was, I don't know.
It was pre-COVID.
It was pre-COVID, yeah. That night was tough, and it wasn't necessarily that it was a hard stunt. It's just like that I wasn't feeling well. But you know, I'm doing a show right now, y'all. Just a little show. The walking jazz. And I'm getting to do some pretty cool shit in this show, too. So, that's all I'll say. Thank you. What was your favorite stunt? Your ninja moves?
Yeah, that was actually a lot of fun. Yeah, I got to slammed into what was it, a window? Yeah, kick through the window. That was fun.
Hi, my name is Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
First of all, Lesley, I want to say I relate so much to the mom guilt, and I'm sure you're just an amazing mom.
Thank you.
And my question is, when the two of you were talking about moving home together, what both of you think that would have looked like if it had happened?
Hot. Figuratively and. I don't know. We would have just been torturing the dessert. Sweating our balls off.
Yeah, I mean, I think, I don't know actually. I feel like it would definitely be exciting and fun until it wouldn't be. And definitely sexy. Like you can get naughty down there.
I feel like Eve would have been wanting to spruce the place up a bit.
Right.
You know, some succulents.
Yeah.
I don't know, what survives that?
Not a whole lot.
Miss Flytraps.
Cactuses.
Yeah.
It's hot.
Thank you. To the lady on my left in the cool shades.
Thank you. Thank you. My name is Toya.
Hey,
So
Toya.
let me ask my real question.
Hey, girl.
But the cleaner question is, to both of you, out of all your cast members, who is the most fun to party with?
Party.
What was the question?
What was your dirty question? Come on. Let her ask her question.
Dirty one?
Yeah.
Okay, out of Lucifer, Abinadel, and Lopez, who would you shoot? Who would you send ahead? Who would you screw?
Who would you shoot? Who would you screw?
You meant that.
Who would I send down?
I would say.
Well, you screwed one of them already, whore.
Yeah, this
so did I, though. In a minute deal. In a bad way.
You're going to talk.
It's true.
I know, I would send Lopez to hell just because I want to see what happens.
is. She needs some toys. I don't know, Amy.
It's the fucking quiet one.
Totally. Victorious? Yeah. She's got a fucking 50 Shades of Grey room. Who was shooting?
Oh, we'll shoot Lucifer because he can come back.
Yeah. I guess we fucking. What? TV, but I did that already. Been there, done that.
The answer all.
Thank you, Toya. Sorry for the children. I blame your parents. I shouldn't have brought you to this convention.
Talk about parent guilt right now.
On the website.
They're going to help.
How you gonna throw it back?
Hi. You were both phenomenal. I'm so happy that you got together and the show was wonderful to see, the wedding and everything. I just want to say that. Now the question. If you were to have a daughter, would you have considered naming her Lucinda?
No. Creepy. I actually know a Lucinda. I do from New Zealand. What did we name our daughter?
Not Lucinda.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'll mull this over and.
That's it. You gotta think about it. I mean, that scene would be hilarious though. Maeve and Eve trying to figure out a name.
Wait. Who would carry the child?
Oh, not me!
I'm not carrying a demon in there. You know what I would do to my...
Yes. Welcome to motherhood. I will tear your shit out. It's okay, babe. I'll do the perennial massage. I'm not trying to scare you, Emma. I'm not. I got all the tricks.
I'm petrified. Oh my god.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hi there. Okay, so one of my favorite pairings on the show was Maze and Trixie. I was wondering what your most iconic duos are to you.
Trixie, can we just how big is Scarlett now?
Oh my
You guys, she is like a full-blown, young woman. I met that kid, and she had a lisp.
Sweetheart, so talented.
I know. Favorite duo?
What, you mean from the show or in general?
In general.
I always liked the Dan Mays.
Yeah.
What? The Dan Mays, that kind of the setup when they had, I think it was really because that whole episode where we take them on a big ruse and I'm fake dying and stuff. I mean, I feel like that's such a long game Halloween prank that Maze would play. But then I think it was very sweet saying I'd take a bullet for you, but not in the chest. You're on your own. Yeah. What about you?
In general? Okay. I mean, the Obamas are pretty fucking awesome. Good duo. The show. Okay, don't get But I love some Lucy and Eve situation. You know what?
Thank you. Next question.
Hi. First, let me say that Lesley Ann, you are so beautiful.
And it's true.
My question to both of you is, how much alike were your characters to your personalities?
I mean, everyone can agree I'm literally
To a T, to a T.
How like are you?
Oh, I'm a lot like Eve. I'm very like happy-go-lucky, looking at the bright side, very optimistic. I'm very inclusive. Like everyone should be whoever the fuck they want to be, and I'm always, you know, like it's a big thing for me. Like no judgment.
And you like to party with you too.
I fucking love it! I love to party. Yeah. And I'm attracted to really attractive people. So there's that.
Yeah, have you seen her husband? Have you seen? I mean, give us the babies. I think I'm a lot like her, but you know, I joke about it, but it is like I channeled a lot of me and my South Africanness with me. I've said this before, but I really just, when they were like, what's it like to play a demon like from hell? And I said, well, I don't really play her like that. I play her sort of like an immigrant coming from South Africa to New Zealand. I remember what that experience was like and how challenging it was for people to figure out my accent, and in the same way that Mace couldn't understand humans, and you know, what are feelings? You know, sort of, so I tried to, in that way, make it personal, yeah. And I think I'm tough like her, but I'm also very sensitive, you know, as a person. I think I don't really share that side a lot because, I don't know, I just don't like it. Yeah, she is. She is. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Mary. First off, I just want to say you guys are both my favorite characters, especially Maze. You have made me so much more confident in myself. So my question to you both is, do you guys see yourself as role models to younger girls? And like, you guys have just impacted my life greatly.
Aw, that's so sweet. Thank you. Yeah, I absolutely do feel like, you know, when you are in the public's eye, you become someone that people see all the time. Whether they look up to you or however way it is, you're being seen. And so I try to take that seriously, and I try to emulate a figure that is strong, independent, and is somewhat clear about who she is, even though I'm still figuring it out. But I find myself asking myself questions so that it's easier for me to be true and authentic, because I think that's the most important thing, you know? So yeah, that's my answer.
I think I realized, I certainly didn't start the show thinking that. And I think I realized with the popularity of the show and the responsibility of the character I was playing, what it meant to, like, girls and women, you know, and I think, you know, I like to on my social media kind of show you a little bit of me, and that things that I'm passionate about, and family, and sort of causes, and you know, my hope is that if we just get a dialogue going with people, that we kind of understand one another better, you know, because I have had the blessing of living in 3 completely different countries with 3 completely different cultures. I have friends from all over the world, and the one thing that surprised me when I moved out of South Africa is just how much in common we have if we would only talk to one another.